Hi everyone, today is day 6 of 30 days of Spark coding interview problem, and today's problem is sessionization of web logs using time difference, and the difficulty level is hard. So let's see what they are asking us to find. We need to find session ID of each user's event. And what is event here? So let's see one example. User 1 at 10 o'clock visited homepage. That is one event, and at 10:10 visited product page. That is another event. So all these things are considered as events. And how to find this? So first of all, what is this session actually? So they have told that a session is defined as continuous period of user activity where the time between any two consecutive action is no more than 30 minutes, and if the time between two events exceeds 30, a new session starts. So that means if the time difference between two consecutive events is less than 30, that means it is part of session 1. If it is more than 30, then that is the start of the next session. All right, so let's see how to approach this problem. First, let's find out the time difference between the events, and for that we can use the lag window function. So if we use, so first we'll use the lag window function. After using lag function, this is how our data look like. So here we can use timestamp and comma 1, and over we can use partition by user ID and order by timestamp. All right, so we can name it as previous timestamp. Now we can find out the time difference between two events. So we can name it as difference minutes. So we need to subtract these two. So first one would be null, and this one is 10 minutes. This one is 50 and null, and here 20, and here 40. This would be 60, and finally null. Okay. Next we can find the different time difference between two events. Now we can find whether the event is new session or it's part of previous session. We can use a condition if the time difference is greater than 30 or the time difference is null. If yes, it is 1. If not, it is 0. So first one is 1. 10 minutes, it's less than 30. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, sorry, 1. Okay, all the 1 denotes the start of new session and 0 denotes it is part of the previous session. So finally we need to find the session ID. So to find out the session ID, we can use sum window function. Okay, so let's see how that works. So if we take a sum here, it is 1, then 1. Okay, this is another user 2, 1, 1, 1, sorry, 2, and 3, 1. So we got the session ID. So let's see the coding part. So first I'm creating the data frame, and the timestamp column is string format. So I'm converting it to timestamp format while creating. Our data frame has been created. So we'll look into that first. df.show. I'm creating a new variable and I'm storing the partition by and order by values. Next, we need to find out the time difference between two events. So we need to use lag first. Okay, so I'm creating a new column and I'm naming as previous TS and lag timestamp comma 1, and over I'm passing that window specification. And next to find the difference, I'm creating a new column again, and as this these two columns is in timestamp format, for taking a difference we need that column in unique timestamp format. So I'm just converting it. So this will give the result in seconds. So I'm converting that seconds to minutes here. So we'll hit enter and see the result first with lag dot show. All right, we have taken the difference here. Now we need to find out the event is start of the session or it's part of previous session. So for that, I'm going to use a condition when time difference minimum is null or difference minimum is greater than 30. That means I'm assigning a value as 1. Otherwise, it is 0. So all the 1 denotes the start of the session, 0 denotes it's part of previous session. So let's hit enter and quickly check the result. Dot show. Okay. Now finally we need to find the session ID. For that we need to use the sum window function. So I'm creating a new column and sum of new session and passing the same window specification, that is partition by is user ID and order by is timestamp, and I'm selecting the required columns here. So we'll hit enter and our final result data frame has been created. We'll look the result. Yeah, this is it. That is our result. That's all for today. And if you found this video helpful, like this video. And if you don't want to miss my upcoming videos, subscribe this channel. And I'll catch you in another video. Take care. Bye bye.